I'm getting suspicious. Hasn't KD been out a little bit too long?
KD?
Let me finish.
Mm-hmm.
KD, I bring up KD and AD in the same sentence. Haven't they been out? I mean,
Yes,
AD's
they
been
have.
about 20 games. You know, and again, we're leaning back on Max Kellerman before KD went down in the finals because Max kept telling, I don't give a damn what y'all say. You understand what I'm saying? Even though some people would still argue, even after he tore his Achilles, that one had nothing to do with the other, whatever.
If it quacks like a duck, what?
If it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it ain't a mongoose. I got all of that. You know me. But what I'm saying is, my antennas are getting raised. I'm about to get nosy is what I'm trying to say. Usually I'm just sitting back, I'm hosting. You know, I get calls, I got contacts. I've been covering the league for a quarter century. I got major contacts. All of that stuff is good. But I don't have time, okay? I don't have time, all right? I get my information, but I lean on the dudes because we got a crew here at ESPN. But I'm getting suspicious. It's been a little bit too long with these injuries. And I'm starting to feel, Max, that you know what? It's worse than we're being led to believe. And so I'm of the mindset, first of all, Lakers ain't winning the West without both AD and LeBron. Ain't happening. So, and I ain't worried about LeBron coming back. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not accusing him of faking the injury by any stretch of the imagination. I would never accuse any player of doing that, especially LeBron. But I don't care if LeBron's out the next month and a half. He deserves it. He just represented NBA Finals. The brother shows up, only missed one game this year. I don't give a damn if LeBron takes the next month off. I know that brother going to be ready come playoff time. I have no doubt. AD's an entirely different matter. And without AD, Lakers might go home in the first round. Now, I can't see it. I can't see it because LeBron don't go home in the first round. But I'm getting very, very, very suspicious on the West Coast with AD and on the East Coast with KD. I'm getting very, very suspicious.
Sherlock is going to dust off the pipe and the hat.
Columbo, Madlock, Perry Mason, pick it. I don't give a damn. I'm beyond inquisitive at this point. It's getting to the point. I'm not ready to say that the Lakers have nothing to worry about because I'm not sure there's not something to worry about with AD. And so as a result of that, and I said this from day one, ain't no way in hell he coming back 100%. He's going to play 100%. He's going to be unconcerned about anything. I don't believe it, Max. I don't believe it. So because of that is why I say to you, I'm not sure at all, and I don't think you nor anyone else should be sure about the Los Angeles Lakers because they need both to defend their crown, not just LeBron.
Well, that's right. You can't be sure, and you have every right to be suspicious. KD has been M.I.A., and so has AD.
Right.
And we've that's why we're asking, are you losing faith? You know, it's been sort of an article of faith. Yeah, but KD will get back. And when KD gets back, the Nets. And when AD gets back, the Lakers. You can look at the odds in Vegas. Those are the two leading odds-on favorites.
Well, a little
the
less
Nets
with
and the
KD
Lakers.
Because KD was the hamstring. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, but still, when you have
AD, it was the calf.
No doubt, KD's coming off an Achilles,
right.
And now you have leg issues,
and
so you get worried. By the way, look into it. Absolutely, that's worth looking into. I'll say this though. I still have faith in the sense that what has been reported so far is that AD will be back. I'll stick to the Lakers right now. AD is supposed to play in April. Does that give him and the Lakers, number one, can the Lakers survive until then and hold on to a playoff seed? I think the answer is yes. Number two, even if it's 15 games, all you got to do is win 5 of those, let's say. Number two, once he gets back and LeBron gets back, do they have enough time to get the chemistry going, to get in real basketball shape before the playoffs? I think the answer is yes. Then I ask myself, if they have LeBron and AD as most of themselves, do I like them to get out of the West? The answer is yes. By the way, you brought up LeBron's injury. You know he's going to be all right. As a Lakers fan, any Lakers fan out there should thank their lucky stars because that injury to me, Stephen A., when I saw it on originally, looked like a season ender to me. The knee to me seemed to move to the side. I was like, uh-oh. The fact that it's turned out to be a high ankle sprain is a blessing compared to what that could have been. But I just saw the way his leg rolled, and I wasn't concerned about it at all because it's LeBron. I really wasn't concerned about it at all. I said, you know something? He needs a break.
He needs a break anyway.
He walked off by himself.
Listen,
that was good.
You can't. The guy is 36 years of age in his 18th season and playing more games than anybody else. I mean, if I'm other guys, I would be embarrassed. Not guys with legitimate bona fide injuries that have them out. But I'm talking about these strains and you're not 100% and that's a reason to take nights off and all of this other stuff. This brother doesn't miss games.
What
and
percentage?
so I look at it from that perspective and I'm like, I ain't worried about LeBron. He deserves his break. AD is a huge concern
What
for me.
percentage of himself does AD have to come back at for them to get out of the West? Past the Jazz, past the Nuggets, past the Clippers, the Suns?
85%.
At least 85%.
At least 85%.
I think that's about it right. He has to be mostly himself.
At least 85%. If Anthony Davis is not at least 85%, the Lakers are not coming out of the Western Conference. Lakers ain't getting to the conference final.
Don't sleep on the Mavs either. I'm telling people they had a lot of COVID issues early. The West is a beast. It's a beast right now.
Well, listen, you say the Mavs, I say Portland, and I'm going to bring up the Clippers.
Phoenix.
Listen, Phoenix, but they're young. I just think there's a missing piece, but I love the fact they got point guard play, obviously. They got coaching. They got young athletes. They got a star in Devin Booker. I love what I'm seeing from Phoenix. I still think they're an additional piece away, but for me, this is it. If the Clippers can't do it this year, I think we need to have the discussion as to whether or not the whole Kawhi Leonard move was an absolute bust.
Last thing, Jamal Murray is normally about a borderline all-star regular season. Mm-hmm. He was a superstar in the playoffs. Who? Jamal Murray.
Yes, no question.
If that Jamal Murray shows up in these playoffs,
I think he will.
Denver is as live as anybody.
I believe Jamal Murray will step up because I think that's the kind of play he is. But Molly, I want to reiterate because I saw your reaction to what I said.
We need to revisit that Kawhi point that you just said.
That's right.
Because that's wild.
I'm going to say it again. If the Los Angeles Clippers don't even make it to the conference finals this year, the Kawhi Leonard move was an absolute bust. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.